Hi, my name's Elias Vasquez, and I'm a drum channel staff instructor. Recently, I had one of my students come to me and ask about a lesson that Redmond did. The lesson is a masterclass in the masterclass section of our website. The lesson is called Applying Syncopation to the Set. So basically what Redmond does is he breaks down a little segment from the book Syncopation by Ted Reed, and he goes through various styles. What I really love about this is that it's working on different areas of your drumming all at once. So he goes through rock, Brazilian, swing. So I just wanted to show you a few ways I myself have applied it and taught others to learn different styles, to read, and to get better with their coordination. We're going to start by looking at page 38 in Syncopation. If you don't have the book, that's totally okay. You'll be able to download it below the player. There'll be a link. Today, we'll only be using the first 8 measures of page 38. I'll start slow just by playing what's written on the snare, and I'll play a basic foot ostinato to go along with it. Example 1, I call this walking foot ostinato because essentially you're just playing quarter notes on the bass drum, 1 and 3, and then 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. So 1. So I'll usually do that, and then I'll add a metronome to whatever speed is necessary for me to work on. And then I'll read along right now the first 8 measures. So here we go. Example 1 with walking foot ostinato. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right. So I'm going to apply what I call hand-to-hand sticking, and I'm going to play all the ghost notes in between. And I'll accent all the figures with the hand-to-hand motion figures. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good way to get kind of your accents, to work on your accents. And notice I use my hi-hat on all quarters, so you can change between any foot ostinato you want to work on to challenge your coordination. Another example of this, example number 2, is how you can apply this to different styles or playing exercises. A great mentor and teacher of mine, Greg Bissonette, would always have us play through books like this and others and just read along and play a different style. So for example 2, I'm going to play the rock beat, and I'm going to apply it to these written figures. I'm going to do a half time and double time fill. And this is typically what I'll do for my students who are trying to get their rock coordination once they've gotten past a certain point and they've learned the basic coordination. So I'll do these first 8 bars, example 2. 1, 2. And then you could do the exact same thing, but double time. And it kind of throws off your coordination, so it takes a second to get used to. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another way you can even further expand, see that's the thing about this exercise, is it's a very creative exercise. You can kind of take it and mold it to what you want to work on. But let's say I wanted to add more syncopation on the snare and play a rock fill. So here's an example of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I kind of improvised in between where I would put the accents on the snare and on the foot. So it's for you to mess around with. The next exercise is what I would use for learning jazz coordination. And if you're in any, for students who are trying to learn how to play in a big band or in their concert band and just trying to learn the basic coordination, I would probably have them first start out by just learning the coordination between the ride beat and the hi-hat, and then adding it with your left hand, all the written figures. There's many books for this that work, but in the master class, it's really cool. He just goes down various different ways. So I'll kind of approach it in that same sense, different ways you can apply it to jazz. This is more of kind of a beginner way to do it. So, example 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing you could do is add feathering the bass, which is popular in the style, especially for big band. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll also notice that I swung the eighth note. So now I'm thinking of the eighth notes as not a straight eighth or 16th note fill, more of a triplet based fill. Another way you could kind of further expand on this is by using different ways of coordination and articulation. So I'll do this same example. For every eighth note or short articulation, I'll play the snare, and for every quarter note or longer articulation, I'll play the bass. And I'll keep the ostinato the same, the ride cymbal and the hi-hat on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The final way I'll do this is a little bit more advanced. I did this when I was studying at Cal State Northridge. It's called the right hand lead, and basically you're going to be playing all the figures with your right hand, and you're going to be improvising stickings, triplet stickings, to get the figure on your right hand. So what I mean by this is you're going to constantly be playing triplets, but then you're going to have to do some improvising with the stickings to get the figures to match on the right hand. So here, I'll play that, example 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. There's a variety of ways to use this book, Syncopation. And these are just the first 8 bars. You would usually want to do the whole page once you've gotten comfortable with it. You can apply this to all your different styles of music: Brazilian, bossa nova, samba,